Time management is sequence of events. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets with me, your host Marcus. On today's episode, the midweek episode, we're going to talk about why time management is life management, and if you're going to be more successful as a self-employed person, or even at your job or in your life, you got to know how to handle this thing we call time. Okay, so what exactly do I mean when I say time management is sequence of events? It basically just means that time goes in steps. Okay, you got to do one thing first, you got to do the second thing first, and the third thing first. Okay, now a lot of us live our lives haphazardly from time to time, and I just want to say that that's not the best way to live. But first, speaking of sequence, if you're watching this channel is dedicated to people who are self-employed, soon to be self-employed, or just generally interested in being successful. Okay, and if you're going to be successful, you've got to manage your time. It's either going to manage your time or your time is going to manage you. Okay. Now, a lot of us think to ourselves on a daily basis, I don't have enough time to do this, I don't have enough time to do that, but a lot of it just goes back to values. Okay, what is most important to us? Okay, is it feeling good or is it doing good? And I made videos in the past about how we've got to choose between doing things that are right, hard, and necessary, or easy, fun, and low value. For example, when we sleep in, it's easy, fun, low value. Okay, it's easy, doesn't take any effort. It's fun, it feels good, and it's low value. It doesn't lead to anything good. And so we got to flip that. Now when we go to work, it's right, hard, necessary. It's right. It's going to take us, it's the correct thing to do. It's going to move us forward. It's hard, it takes effort, and it's necessary. We have to do it. It's just needed. If you don't work, you're not going to be able to get where you want to go. So in terms of time, and time being the sequence of events, how can you sequence your day to be more effective? Some tips I've seen to help, if we're self-employed and we want to be successful. Some tips that I've seen to help with time management. Remember, time management is life management. Is that make your day top heavy, which means put the hardest things first, the hardest, most laborious things first in your day, so that way you can kind of coast to a lot of things in your day, and the things you need to do that was very important, you're able to do and you're able to overcome. Okay, another life tip or time management tip that I think you might find helpful, if you have a business or, honestly, if you're self-employed and you want to see more success. A good rule to follow came from Dwight D. Eisenhower. This is what he said. He said, what's urgent is seldom important, and what's important is seldom urgent. Okay? So let's just kind of break down that quote. A lot of us are dealt with urgent things on a regular basis. Okay, I need you to email back this person, pay this invoice, call this person. But a lot of times you look at it, it's not really important. That email where you're like, I have to email this person back, so it really doesn't end up leading to anything. But things that are important, like planning where you want your company to be 10, 15 years down the road, the culture you want to have, that stuff, it's not urgent. What's urgent is seldom important, and what's important is seldom urgent. Okay, so a lot of us, when we're dealing with this urgency versus importance thing, it's kind of just, I think it's good to think about that quote, and it'll save you a lot of time. Okay, another thing I've learned too, as I talked about in my previous videos, is that loving yourself is the key to success in your life. Okay, key to being a self-employed person, the key to success for being self-employed, key to success for just being a person and having a really good life. You gotta love yourself, you gotta value yourself, and see the good things in yourself, and other people see the good things in you. Okay, so when you love yourself, you focus on two things. Okay, you focus on the truth and what matters. All right, now if you do this in your life, you'll be very efficient. Focus on what is true and what matters. For example, you're self-employed graphic designer, let's say. The truth is that, hey, I have to work to get money, and what matters is that I have to keep these people happy. If you focus on the things that, okay, I'm keeping these people happy, and that's kind of the touchstone. That's kind of the touchstone for what you're doing. It kind of is the compass for what you're doing. You'll have more success and peace and money and all that good stuff too. All right, because remember, what separates the winners from the losers in life is doing what's hard. Okay, everybody can do the easy things, everybody can do the big things, but what do you do when you've got to choose between important and urgent? Can you pull up things in your mental filing system, like, okay, let's heed Dwight D. Eisenhower's words of what's important is seldom urgent, and what's urgent is seldom important. Okay, and I found that quote is very, very true. Okay, so think to yourself on this Wednesday, how can I manage my time? How can I do things in the correct sequence of events, okay? I'll tell you another secret about life. If you really want your life to be amazing or turn out very well, is that you got to follow the, I call it the divine order, where it's master, mission, mate. And in terms of that divine order, whether you're, religious or not, the Bible says, do all things decently and in order, okay? I found this rule to be very helpful in my life. Like, if you notice, everything kind of has an order. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you go. You cook the food, then you eat it. You don't eat the food, then you cook it. It's just like everything kind of has an order. And if you really pay attention to this while being self-employed, this will help you. And I just want to say it again: master, mission, mate. Let's break that down really quick. So master is like who your God is, okay? Like I said, whether you're religious or not, you have a God, you have something you serve, you have something that you go to in tough times, something that inspires you, something that guides you, like a North Star. And mission, your purpose, okay? If your purpose of your business is to help people, is to educate people, is it to solve a problem for people? There's different purposes that people have. And then mate, whether that be in the literal sense like husband or wife, or in the business sense like a partner or shareholders, whatever the case may be, knowing your master helps you determine what your mission is, and that determines what your mate is, or who you work with, okay? So this is an important thing to think about when you're doing and living your life. Put things in order, okay? Do things in a decent way, and you'll see life get easier, and you'll find more success in your practice, okay? As always, if you enjoy this video, please share with your friends and family. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on my respective channels. And lastly, unsuccessful people, they make decisions based on their current situations. And successful people, you make decisions based on where you want to be. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.